Hello. Hello. Good morning. Welcome to CSC with Michael. We are at November 17th. Today first we have a news on NRC. NRC കുറേ കാലമായിട്ട് ന്യൂസിലുണ്ടായിരുന്നൊരു വാർത്തയാണ്, but haven't seen for a while now in the last 1 year. So it's back. So just read what NRC is. And ഇത് കുറേ related concept ഉണ്ടല്ലോ. What is NRC, CA, okay, etc. So yeah. So അതൊന്ന് വായിക്കുക. NRCയുടെ കൺസെപ്റ്റ് ക്ലിയർ ആയിരിക്കുക. Then moving ahead. So heritage DAO എന്താണെന്ന് ജസ്റ്റ് ഒന്ന് മനസ്സിലാക്കിയേക്കുക. ഏതായാലും ഫ്രണ്ട് പേജ് വന്നാലേ യു നെവർ നോ. ഫ്രണ്ട് പേജ് വന്ന കാര്യങ്ങൾ UPSC കുഡ് ബി ആസ്കിങ്. സോ ജസ്റ്റ് ദാറ്റ് മച്ച്, നത്തിങ് മച്ച് ഇൻ ഡീറ്റെയിൽ. നമ്മുടെ ഉരു എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ സംഭവമാണ്. സോ ജസ്റ്റ് അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡ് ദാറ്റ് വേർ ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ്ഡ്. ഇറ്റ്സ് പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ്ഡ് ഇൻ കോഴിക്കോട്. ദാറ്റ്സ് ഇറ്റ്. Not more than that. All those things you don't have to give much of thought. Just go through it. If it sticks to your memory, good. Not more than that. Now Pochampally sarees ഒരു GI tag ഉള്ള ഒരു ഏരിയ ആണ്. So it's very famous. Prelims wise, again prelims it's kind of important. So look into what Pochampally is. Pochampally sarees. Basically it's a weaving community, ikat weaves and textures, so you can remember that. Now, so another news about the S400 and Katsa waiver. Please go through that. Similar things, all the things that you know is we already discussed it a couple of times. You can quickly read through it, see if there is something that you haven't seen already. Okay, so all this can be used in mains when you talk about Indo-US relations, Indo-Russian relations, right? So please go through that. No worries there. On economy. So this is about inflation and how inflation is going to affect different aspects of economy, like how it will affect demand, how will it affect industrial production, etc. So while reading this article, there are a lot of facts given. You don't have to bother about those numbers, those different commodities which are affected. Pick out the larger impact, how inflation is inflation is impacting the different aspects of the economy, like people spending, consumption, demand, and the production by different industries. The last is given, and the given manufacturers has not yet raised the product prices, may not be able to defer prices for much longer. And if that may happens, then what? If the prices rises, then demand will decrease. If demand decreases, post-COVID recovery of Indian economy will be affected. So inflation skyrocketing or runaway inflation is harmful to the economy. That's what the article says. So couple of things that you have to understand is that understand inflation as an economic phenomenon and its impacts, its various impacts. That much is enough. Once you understand that concept thoroughly, then the rest of the things will be easy. You can easily correlate with the other. Kabul, Kashmir and return of real politics. So this presents a tricky situation India is finding itself in, because on the one hand China and Pakistan are not enthusiastic about India's influence in Russia, and also it says, on the other hand India needs relationship with Afghanistan to stabilize for its larger security interest and geopolitical interest. But whenever the article says, whenever India is trying to up our relationship with Afghanistan, Pakistan is doing something or the other, especially in J&K, to destabilize that. So this is the crux of this article. It give you a good perspective on where people stand, where Afghanistan stand, where India's position is, what is Pakistan's role. Please go through that. And outreach to tribals. So tribals is a very important topic as far as social justice society of GS1 and GS2 is concerned. So you have to know things about tribal. What are the issues faced by tribals? Okay, so this is not a small note that you can make. This is a large topic, and within that large topic you could have different subtopics that are there. So tribal issues, nationalism and tribalism, and tribal issues could be clubbed. right? So development and tribal, what kind of development is required, all those things are there. Looking at this article, so this is by minister, so obviously there would be some political angle to it. They will be claiming obviously previous government has not done much and we have done a lot. But anyhow, we can look at some of the measures taken by this government to improve the tribal livelihood and tribal lives. So the museums, so all these new initiatives, please go through that. And now we have seen like the criticisms of extension of tenure of CBI and enforcement directors. But here a different article, different take on the subject is given. Some of the it's a pro reform article, so it gives you some perspective, couple of perspectives into how this can be good for CBI. But then I don't think this is a very well argued article. Kind of overlooks several other factors, and towards the last part, Arkaragan also agrees that it's subjective. The problem with the last tradition is that at the end of mandatory 2-year tenure, the government will have to issue order granting. So that's discretion. So that has been the criticism raised by most people and most quarters, not the tenure itself, but the subjective nature of its extension. So so you can read that. You'll give a couple of other ideas like why a 5-year time is good for CBI and CBI director. Now Mullaperiyar Dam, we already know, so not going into that detail. If you haven't come across the topic, just read that. But this would be at maximum would be a prelims question, and directly, but indirectly it could what I say, indirectly it could have a consequence on topics like dam management. Although I don't think it's a big topic in UPSC, GS1 or GS2 or GS3, but that could be a topic, or just management or somewhere you can say dam management, how important that is given the context of Kerala floods and all. Another instance of gender imbalance, so you can use this as an example. Okay, such a large discussion on the future of the world, but very limited representation of the 50% or the half of the population. So that's another striking reality of women issues. So you can use that example in society, social justice, ethics, everywhere. CAG Center conflict, a thing of the past. So just see what CAG is. Controller and Auditor General, CEO Lakshmikant. Alright. Just see what this is, but there is no particular name associated with it. It's just that Navy is trying to inject more ships. It is going to induct a new, warship. Yeah, that's there. Okay, going ahead. Nothing much there. So it's just routine news, nothing more to bother about. What is a standing committee? You can look at again. It's a small thing, just refreshing your memory. That's all. We have already seen that. Let me ask what is standing committee's purpose? What do they do? Things can be looked at. Afghanistan US diplomat meets in NSA. No, right? It's alright. Don't need that. Then we have again a conceptual part of economics. Recovery taking hold, private investment should resume. What's the relationship between economic recovery and private investment? Okay, so the question is economic recovery investment role എന്താണ്? So it could be public and both private, but what is that role? ആ ഒരു relationship ഒന്ന് മനസ്സിലാക്കുക. Helps you to understand the conceptual thing as far as the economics goes. Competition Commission of India, again, what is an issue, and what is the issue of Amazon future law? Like അതൊന്ന് വായിക്കുക, എന്താണ് ഒരു monopoly-യുടെ ഒരു കാര്യമുണ്ട്, competition kill ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു കാര്യമുണ്ട്. So Reliance and Future Group were trying to strike a deal, and then Amazon filed a complaint. That's the basic premise of that article. അപ്പോൾ ഒന്ന് വായിക്കുക. Then examining the impacts of or cuts? Not much, because it's a lot of facts. You'll be tired reading all those things. You can leave that. Now this is a good one. Like China's central bank is introduced China's central bank digital currency, CBDC, right? So what is CBDC? You can look into and read the detail. What could be the advantages and concern with CBDC, and just gives a detailing about what the thing really is. So here, this portion would be nice to read, right? Maybe India in the future, when a large economy like China is going this way, India also will have to look at cryptocurrency, then digital currency. Cryptocurrency and digital currency are two different things. Bitcoin and digital currency are two different things, so understand that differentiation. All right, so that's what we have today. All right, that's what we have today. So on a lighter day, I think it's a bit of more lighter day, we can easily cover the topics, study a little more. So have a good day.